So Lexie Hull was doing an interview for, I think, Glamour magazine, and she actually revealed quite a bit about the Dewanna Bonner exit. There's plenty of things in this article, and they interviewed quite a lot of WNBA players. I think they interviewed Fee, Satu, Nyara, and John Quell as well. So they interviewed a whole bunch of players. But one of the topics that was brought up in Lexie Hull's interview was the Dewanna Bonner situation, and I do want to talk about that right here because I think it's an important one to talk about because obviously, look, a lot of people were making assumptions. A lot of people are saying and doing things. And it was so funny. I actually read in the article. I'm just going to show it apart. But it literally said, like, a side note. And it was like, Dewanna Bonner went to play with her fiance. And she has come out to say she has been cyberbullied because of it. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, the definite there's definitely people that have crossed the line, but the vast majority of stuff about Dewanna Bonner is like fans booing and fans calling her to quit her. Um, that's the vast majority of it, or Fever fans calling her out, which is gonna happen in sports. Even the WNBA fans, the WNBA, they just don't want to. They don't want to deal with it. The fans think that that's a big problem, and the easiest way to, stop cyberbullying is to delete apps. It's to delete apps. Like that. That is as simple as that. That is the easiest way to do it. Like, it's the easiest thing to do. But yeah. It is one of those things where this is now what she has said here. And by the way, shout out to AJ Wilson for not letting this stunt end in a ring. It says here, speaking to Hull about Bonner's decision to leave the Fever, it seemed to me that there was still lingering hurt and confusion. I was super, super excited to play. This is finally a player in my position that I can look up to that has won in the league and has all these accomplishments and knows what it takes. I can learn something from her. Hull said, two-time champion winning vet. Then randomly she leaves and we're all just like, what happens? We were never giving an explanation. So, it was one of those things where obviously maybe the organization knew and they were trying to trade her, but she didn't tell her teammates anything. Like, it wasn't like look, let's be real. People can be pissed at a team level, but on a human level, if a teammate literally just goes, apparently she just left the WhatsApp group as well, according to Sophie Cunningham. Like, if a teammate just shows up to practice and is like, look, I'm not happy here. It's the end of my career. And I'm just not happy in this scenario. I thought I'd be okay playing away from Melissa, but I'm not. I want to go to Phoenix. Everyone would be pissed, but at least there's some closure there. At least there's some, like, on a human level, you can be like, you know what? Like, you can just say this. You can be pissed. But on a human level, okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Like, it's annoying as a team, but you know what? It makes sense. But to just go and quit and expect the team to just accept it and, expect the fans not to boo you and then to call out the fans, like, the fans to, like, not be pissed at you and, the players not to kind of go at you. And by the way, like, she hit a shot in Lexie Hull's face and was shit-talking Lexie Hull to her face in the middle of the game that they lost, by the way. She was shit-talking Lexie Hull in a game when she made, like, one shot. Like, yeah, Dewanna Bonner had a few big games for Phoenix, but she had way more bad games than she had good games. And then also, let's not forget, Nate Tibbetts came out and essentially confirmed what we all knew, that they tampered, that they were coming to an agreement to make this make this a thing before the season, or like while she was still a member of the Fever. So, and just like with the team's injuries, Hull said Bonner's exit solidified the group's resolve to have one another's back. To have no explanation was really challenging, but I think that helps us grow closer together because we're like, all right, this is us. We're here. We're going to support each other. We're loving each other. We're going to fight for each other. We're not going to leave. We're in this together. I stand by this. If Dewanna Bonner, like, doesn't leave, the Indiana Fever maybe aren't as good. The Indiana Fever aren't this like unbelievable resolve, us against the world, fuck the lotties. They don't have that mentality. Like, they don't have that mentality because you have somebody who, let's be real, on good teams, on bad teams, like there are bad teams where teammates like just really just aren't together. But on a team that's wanting to win a championship, you have to be together. You are essentially going into battle. You are going into battle with each other. And when a player has one foot out the door from the second they sign, like that's not a good reflection of anything. And like, especially with what the Indiana Fever did. Like, by the way, let's not forget, the Indiana Fever had a Sports Illustrated cover, and they didn't have Lexie Hull on the cover. They had Dewanna Bonner instead. Dewanna Bonner got her Sports Illustrated cover instead of Lexie Hull. And you might have said, oh, but what about Natasha Howard? Natasha Howard wasn't in the country. She was still in Turkey. They gave it to Dewanna Bonner over Lexie Hull, despite the fact that Lexie Hull was there last year. Lexie Hull was a player they protected. Lexie Hull was one of the core four. They had they gave Dewanna Bonner preferential treatment in that situation. And we're still now looking at, and then we've got Dewanna Bonner who doesn't even give her teammates, whatever about the organization clearly knew. Didn't give her teammates anything. We now know from someone pretty much loving the door by everyone, Dewanna Bonner quit on the Fever and left in the most disrespectful manner possible. There is no, by the way, even if you're a Mercury fan, if you are defending how Dewanna Bonner left the Indiana Fever, just say, I fucking hate Caitlin Clark. Because that's the only logic to this. Like, even if a team joined my player in that way, you can say somebody left the team the wrong way. You can absolutely admit to that. You can admit faults. She wanted to go to Phoenix. She didn't want anything else other than to go to Phoenix. She didn't care how much she fucked over the organization as she signed, but she didn't care how much she fucked over all of her teammates. She wanted to go to Phoenix no matter what. And she wanted the Phoenix Mercury didn't want to trade for her. And the Phoenix Mercury, by the way, didn't even really want to sign her. They waited. Until Emma Messiman was signed. Yep. They waited until Emma Messiman was signed. And because they were trying to sign Emma. Like, it is what it is. They were trying to sign Emma, and she was the first priority. Not Dewanna. Emma was their first priority, which is why she wasn't signed straight away. But yeah, it's one of those things. Everyone talking about CC having a vet she can count on. We forgot about Lexie. They all wanted vets. Like, Kelsey Mitchell Natasha Howard became like the leader when I don't think she really was a veteran leader at any stage in her career. She had to become that vet leader. Kelsey Mitchell was so excited that she had a vet. She was hyping it up, being like, yeah, I've got the best vet in the world when they showed up at training camp with Dewanna Bonner. And like, it's going to affect them. When this whole team were like, yeah, this is who's going to be the championship piece. Even if she's not playing the best, this is going to be our vet. In the playoff time, this is going to be our vet. She's going to be the player that helps us win, teaches us how to win. And then she just goes, you know what? I actually just don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. And then continued to shit talk the players. Her fiance shit talk the organization. And I stand by this. I fully believe the reason why Dewanna Bonner quit had nothing to do with the basketball. I fully believe the reason why Dewanna Bonner quit was because, let's not forget, Dewanna Bonner, I don't know these players personally, but Dewanna Bonner, after the game against Chicago in her first game, Dewanna Bonner came up and said, the fans were great, I love the fans, and less than 48 hours later, her fiance accused the fans of shouting racist abuse at another player. Without any evidence, nothing. Her fiance accused that of happening at Angel Reese, which never happened. Even Angel Reese said it never happened. But then she backed down. Like, she said she heard nothing, and then claimed it happened, even though she heard nothing. Even though no one heard anything. No one heard anything, but it happened because some random person on Twitter who pretended to be at the game said it happened. Alyssa Thomas was so pro-investigation. She was anti-Indiana Fever fans. while her fiance was playing for the Indiana Fever and hyping up the fans. I stand by that. I'm fully convinced Dewanna Bonner's decision to leave the Indiana Fever happened after game 1. I'm fully convinced. I'm fully convinced it had nothing to do with her being benched. I have a feeling that her forgetting how to play basketball had a lot to do with that. And I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong. If you're like, if it turns out that I'm very wrong, that's fine. That is just my guess. This is a prediction. This is not fact. That is my prediction. But anyway, yeah, it is what it is. Dewanna Bonner left in the worst way possible. Genuinely left in the worst way possible. So, not an ideal scenario all around. But anyway, I'll see you guys.